Hello, my freaky little darlings. My name is Alzael, patriarchal number 149775518, Token Division. So, who's on the docket today?
Hello, and
White, female, obnoxious, and drunk. Must be a feminist.
welcome to Boozy Feminism, the only show where I get called a despicable, loudmouth cunt.
And of course she thinks she's funny. Terrific.
Today we're going to talk about something that I like to call the nice guy complex. Wah, wah. The nice guy that I'm talking about here is generally anyone who thinks that being nice is the ticket price to somebody's vagina. Even though the ticket price to somebody's vagina should just be consent.
The ticket price is consent, but consent is a passive. So the supposed nice guy can't give consent because he's the one trying to initiate the event. He has to convince her to give consent to him, which is why he's being nice. Niceness is the ticket price, consent is the ticket you're paying for. But since I'm guessing you don't deal with a lot of men interested in purchasing one of your tickets, I'll forgive you for the error.
This complex, I would say, comes out of a deep and probably long line of entitlement to women's bodies.
Yeah, I'd rip into this statement, but it's gonna dig its own grave later on.
This all comes out of the patriarchal idea that women's bodies are public property.
Really? You know, I've lived on this planet for 34 fucking years, and I had no idea that I could just take a woman off the street and use her however I wanted. I always thought that was highly illegal. Why didn't anyone tell me this, people? Think of all the time I've wasted.
For example, school dress codes are written in such a way that women and girls' bodies are critiqued and judged and policed harsher than boys' bodies.
You mean the same dress codes that limit boys to only pants and a sleeved shirt, yet go into detail about the various things that women are allowed to wear and not allowed to wear, which between pants, skirts, blouses, sweaters, various types of shoes, earrings, bracelet, pins, a multitude of hairstyles, and makeup have the effect of giving women far more options and variance in their clothing and appearance than men? Those dress codes?
Fact that sometimes men catcall you on the street. I feel like that also comes out of an entitlement to women's bodies.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Oh, by the way, women don't owe you anything. Except maybe a thank you if you helped her move. And even then, if you helped her move to get into that pussy, then she does not owe you a thank you. She owes you to delete your number from her phone.
Okay, I'm going to take a minute here to review the definition of entitlement. Webster's defines entitlement as the condition of having a right to have, do, or get something, or the feeling or belief that you deserve to be given something, such as special privileges. So let's review this line of reasoning, shall we? If a person is entitled to something, it is because they feel that they deserve to be given it, that it is a right that they have. Now, in her world, a man who does things for a woman with the hope that she will give him sex or exchange sex for what he does, feels that he has a right to sex from that woman. Which, of course, begs the important question of why he is doing all these nice things for her. Why go out of your way to get a woman to agree to have sex with you if you felt that you were entitled to just do what you wanted anyways? Now, Webster's defines the term earn as a to receive as return for effort and especially for work done or services rendered, or to make worthy of or obtain for. This seems to fit this scenario much better, as it doesn't leave the same glaring hole in reasoning that her proposition does. Nice guys, if you want to use that term, are doing things for women in exchange for a return, namely sex and affection. So it's not entitlement to women's bodies, it's a desire to earn the right to have women consent to allowing their bodies to be had. Again, niceness is the ticket price, consent is the ticket you're trying to purchase. Now, she goes on to say here that women do not owe men anything for the nice things that they do. even though, I'm assuming here, she is aware that the man is doing this for the purpose of earning her favor. Yet, and again, I'm guessing here, but I think it's pretty safe to say, she would still allow him to go ahead and help her move, despite knowing that she would not reciprocate. Certainly we all know that most women would do and do often do that. So in other words, she feels no obligation to repay a man for helping her, feeling that he should just be willing to do so. That sounds like a textbook example of entitlement.
You're a shitty person. And dudes, like, I know that you probably, like, don't necessarily need dating advice from, like, a hot 20-something feminist, but
I'm guessing she meant that as one of her jokes. Unless she's serious, in which case...
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
But you should probably not call yourself a nice guy, because women and gay men and pretty much everybody knows that that's just code for you're a douchebag. I guarantee you, if you hear like women talking about somebody and say he's a nice guy in front of you, they're just trying to mask the fact that they literally think he's garbage. And you should probably think that he's garbage too, because you should trust your female friends when they have opinions about shitty men.
I have to ask, how exactly is a man supposed to get a woman to consent to sex in her world? By her own admission, if he does anything nice for her, he's a sleazeball, and presumably if he treats her like shit, he's a sleazeball too. So how exactly is this supposed to work? Seems kind of like a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing. Maybe this is why women like her go around complaining about how they can never find any good guys that want them. So the only moral thing to do is to spit on every woman you meet and let her know from the start that you think she's a disgusting piece of sex meat that's only fit for you getting your knob off in her. There's no point in being nice because they all know that if you're nice, it's just to hide the hate. Remember, you heard it from a feminist.